Hello everyone, I'm Chocolo Roberto here for another video review. This time we have the new Terry's Chocolate Orange Bar. So so look at that. So thanks to Andrew Winter for putting this one out to me. I saw it in the supermarket the other day actually as well. Yeah, so I thought I'd had to give it a review because you would have otherwise perhaps just walked past it really. It doesn't really look new. It's not saying new on it or anything like that, but I guess it technically isn't new really, is it? Because it's just their chocolate orange, but it's kind of, you know, they have done a segmented mini bar in the past. By which I mean, you know, a sort of small version of the whole. This is a bigger one basically. So so perhaps it isn't new. It's nothing too exciting, is it? But as in, you know, but it's a new way of providing their bar, I guess, or offering their bar services. So there we go. So yeah, so very nice. So very interesting. So as you don't know, basically Terry's Chocolate Orange is essentially it's an orange shaped segmented chocolate. So it looks like an orange. It comes in like an orange, like a square box. And it's got orange wrap around it. Looks like orange peel. And what you can do is you can basically hit it on top to separate it all into its different segments, and they're all basically these segments here like this. Arranged like an orange, but this one obviously has them laid out flat or sort of on top of each other, like this. So there we go. Yeah. Now there's been a bit of controversy because what they did was that in order to save money and you know, basically they made the segments is it concave or something, so rather than being sort of, you know, sort of flat chocolate, they had like a lip, so you can see where the edge of the chocolate is, this bit at the bottom there. It had a lip going down into the actual sort of what would be the sort of the main bit of the orange segment. That never used to be there, and you can see it's not here in this case, or at least it doesn't look to be there. So obviously, because this one they don't need to do it, but so it was a bit cheeky really, and a lot of people weren't very impressed with it. And obviously, not only does it change the, it's not only is it saving money and basically, you know, ripping people off really without overly showing it. It was a bit like that, you know, when Toblerone, you know, spaced themselves out even more to a stupid extent where it looked ridiculous. You know, it was a bit like that really, but a bit more subtle. So yeah, so not only was it doing that, but of course it changes the texture of, the consistency of the chocolate. You know, when you bite into one of the segments, it's smaller. You know, it's not the same. It's not just a case of it being a bit less. You know, it just isn't the same. So yeah, real. So we'll see if they've done it with this one or whatever, whether the full segments or not. So there we go. So what does it say on the back? Made with real orange oil. It says milk chocolate flavored with real orange oil. Ingredients: sugar, cocoa mass, I think it says, cocoa butter. Does it say orange oil in the ingredients? Yes, it does. Okay, there we go. May contain nuts and wheat. Milk solids 14% minimum, cocoa solids 25% minimum. Contains vegetable fats in addition to cocoa butter. So it's a 90 gram bar. So it gives us per 100 grams and it gives us per 5 segments, which is 20 grams. So both of which are a bit frustrating because, I mean, obviously 5 segments you can do, but it comes like this, so it's a bit not quite easy to separate into segments, but obviously possible maybe. But yeah, if it's a 90 gram bar, so 20 doesn't really go into it, so it would be better if it was per 15 grams, whatever that is. So we've lost a fifth, so if you take off a fifth of 20, so 4, so per 16 grams would have been better, wouldn't it? Which is 4 segments, you know. Am I talking rubbish? Does that even go into it? Yeah, probably not. I don't know what so I think there was a reason Russ did say that, but I can't think what it was now. So maybe it's a load of rubbish there. But yeah, what I was trying to do is, I should have tried to get to 15. So yeah, it doesn't work, that does it? Yes, I'm talking nonsense. Ignore me. So what I was trying to do is actually get it down to something a bit more. I feel like I should have worked though, so maybe I've just miscalculated it or something, but. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, guess if you get, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't quite work, does it? It's a bit awkward. So anyway, never mind. That's what they've done. So per 5 segments, 20 grams, 105 calories, 5.7 grams of fat, 3.5 of which are saturated. So just double check that. It's a bit. 105 calories, 5.7 grams of fat, 3.5 of which are saturates. It's not too bad per 5 segments, but so obviously it's not quite a fifth of the bar, more than that, but So I don't know how many it's by anyway, but what I do quite like, and I can tell from feeling it, is that this is kind of how it will look like on the inside almost. I can feel that they come through, and it probably is almost a replica of what it will look like. Now, there's a bit of flourishes on here, so I'll see what the flourishes are. So it's roughly 13.4 centimetres, almost 13.5. So there we go. And it handily says milk there, so it's milk chocolate. So they do sometimes in the actual proper Terry's chocolate orange, they do dark chocolate and do popping candy as well. And I think they've done a white chocolate one in the past, but I don't think I've ever had that one. So I know white chocolate is quite popular really with a lot of people, especially in my channel and in the internet in general, I think. So yeah, but it never seems to translate into shop sales. I guess that's why they never keep doing it. So we've got suitable for vegetarians. So let's put it in the bin. That means it's recyclable. Please keep the packaging for any contact. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, quite like the packaging. It's a bit weird though. It's got this weird fizzing around the edge, which is sort of indicative of perhaps orange cordial, well, fizzy orange drink like Tango or something. So I'm not quite sure why they've done that. Yeah, you know. So I don't know why they've got a fizz on it, but yeah. Oh well. It was quite nice packaging. Yes, there we go. Remember the old advertisement used to say it's not Terry's, it's mine. I think it used to be Dawn French, a British comedian used to do it, or comedian, whichever you want to say nowadays. Yeah, so there we go. Looks quite nice. I think we should open it though, don't you? Let's do it. Okay, guys. So my camera stopped before, so I'm not sure what I missed off. Yeah, so no, it just stopped recording. I don't know why it stopped. It just decided to do so for some reason. Yeah, so basically what I was saying was I think it was 18.5 in diameter, so we've lost a bit of that. Not really sure. I've just opened it, so I don't know how much you've missed, unfortunately. So yeah, so it's basically 15.4 in length, so we lost about 3 centimeters there. Height wise, it can depend about about 0.5 at its smallest, but there's a lip on it. And that can be 1 centimetre, 0.8, 0.9, 1 centimetre, yeah. So you can see here as well, I've touched it a bit. So you can see that's what it looks like. So the bottom ones have got Terry's written on them, which is really nice. And then the rest of them are orange segments. And it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 22 segments, I think. But you can see, quite difficult, it says per segment. Per 5 segments, but you can see it's not really lends itself to breaking off that easy, does it really? I apologise, I've got lots of fingerprints on it. I've kind of done all this once already and my camera stopped, so I'm kind of doing it again. Yeah, width wise, so apologise, I've sort of handled this already. It's about 7.2 at its widest, it's not quite flat, so, and then it's wide, and it's about 7 at its, and it's not as wide, and the trough to trough. There we go. Can you see like this way it knobbles across? Yeah, interesting. So yes, yeah, it looks quite nice, doesn't it? Yeah, the old adverts. I don't feel I might have missed this off before, but the old adverts used to say it's not Terry's, it's mine. I think Dawn French, a British comedian or comedian, depending on how you want to say it nowadays, did it, and it's quite a good advert, really, But yeah, I was also saying the fact, again, I don't know if this missed off my original one, but because of the camera stopping, but they used to be. They've saved money on the actual chocolate orange now by making it sort of have a lip on these segments. Yeah, so you can see here that there's a bit of basically a lip on these. So rather than it being sort of flat like this in the orange, they changed it in the orange itself to sort of have an indent, really, a lip on it. So they're actually saving chocolate and weightage basically without being very subtle about it. A bit like they did with Toblerone, and when they did that, where they spaced out the segments more, because they used to have like little peaks, didn't it, like pyramids and things, and they basically added in ridiculously wide gaps in between it. It was just empty space. Just looks so stupid. But I think they reverted it now because it was ridiculous. So there we go. So yeah, so that's. Yeah, basically, so that's kind of what they did with this. But look, with the actual Terry's chocolate orange, but luckily with this, they've not done it. And I guess they don't need to here because they could just make up the weight, can't they? So rather than it being, perhaps it would have otherwise been 100 grams, with more chocolate, well, not 100 grams rather, but maybe it would have been, I don't know, more segments, but with, less chocolate in them or something like that. I don't know. or do we, yeah, well, I don't know, maybe there would have been, I don't know, maybe normally would have been more segments or something like that, I think is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so solid milk chocolate, it's the way it is, yeah. So, if we should try, let's see, so hopefully now my camera's not going to play up again, because obviously it's no returning really once I start breaking into it and things. Okay, so let's see if this snap in segments. So obviously you can snap it in half. Okay, so it's quite soft. So these bits here, did it work as segments? So I don't know what segment is here, you see. Because look, these are two things I've snapped, this is how they've snapped, and they're not the same. So I don't know what it means per 5 segments. They're not the same size. Does it mean just, is that a segment? Is that a segment? Is that a segment? I have no clue at all. And they're all radically different sizes. And all could be described as segments. Because this is the only one that's actually full on the bar. You can see here, the bottom one. All the rest of them are like the other one. They overlay as well, they overlap. So there's no full segment. So literally this is what it's like if you snap off a segment. That's as big as it can get. Or it's like this with extra segment, that extra bit. So I really don't know what to make of it at all. So it's a bit stupid that really. I'm not very impressed with that at all. As I say, like if you look at the bottom one here, that's sort of smaller than this one at the top. So even those are not the same. So see if I can sort of show you really. It's very hard. But yeah, so the bottom one from the other one. So it's a bit, I don't know, if you're trying to measure what you're eating or whatever, I mean, maybe most people don't bother, but it's still a bit stupid and the segments aren't equal. So hopefully you can see that. So really stupid, yeah. So a bit of a, I don't know, a bit stupid really, I think. It looks nice though, and I think it kind of works. It's just a bit of a strange way of implementing it really. And when it says per 5 segments, I mean, it doesn't mean anything, that does it? Okay, right, well, before my camera does any more shenanigans, I think we should give it a taste. So, yeah, let's get to it. I don't expect it to taste any different than the regular toast chocolate orange, but we'll see. Okay, let's do it. Right, okay, everyone, hopefully you're here still, and the camera's not messed up again. Oh dear, the woes. Okay, yeah, so we're trying this toast chocolate orange bar. So we'll just try one with a big Terry segment, so yeah, let's do it. As I said, in previous section, I don't expect these to taste any different than the regular toast chocolate orange, where I imagine it's just another way of presenting the same bar, but yeah, let's give them a go. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice though, it's nice. It's basically toast chocolate orange, so that's a typical orange flavoured chocolate. It's quite soft chocolate as well. It's a nice chocolate. It's not sickly creamy or anything, but because of its softness, but it's nice. Not bad at all. I think though, yeah, my favourite way still of consuming toast chocolate oranges is their sensation selection. I think that's really nice, that, and I think having their chocolate orange segments and other with different fillings and different types. You have the plain ones, these ones, the milk chocolate ones, with dark chocolate ones. I think one with like a toffee centre and one with crunchy bits. I think one with popping candy. I'm sure there used to be more. There used to be one with white chocolate and dark chocolate, or white and milk mixed together. I think white and dark. I think, and they've took that one away. And I think maybe one or two of them are a bit too sweet. I think they've stuff in the popping candy one, and they've changed it slightly, so it's not quite as good as it used to be. I think, but it's still nice, and I think that's my favourite way of eating toast chocolate orange. I just like that variety. But this is still really nice. I think it does work really well. I think it's not quite as novel as the orange. I'm not really sure of how heavy the orange is. But I'm not sure it's that much more than this really. I don't think it's massively more. I think I prefer to have that really than this. And I think this is kind of such a big bar. It's not a small one. So I think I'd rather. I think it seems a bit of redundant almost. It's because I don't know if they do a smaller bar like they used to. They did do a sort of segment bar, which is probably about this big really, or maybe somewhere between this and this anyway. It was probably, I don't know, yeah, maybe between 6 or 8 segments, and segments in quotes, because who knows how big they are. But yeah, and I think that was probably fine enough really. I don't think I needed this bigger one. I know some chocolates are available in different sizes and things. But yeah, so maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just a different way of having the same thing. Maybe some people think that the chocolate orange is too big, and this is just a sort of in-between way. But I think, I don't know, yeah, I think, it's lost the gimmick of the chocolate orange side of it, and it does seem a bit odd. Perhaps they're easier to sell and display, because normally the chocolate oranges seem to go in a little section, a little segment, away from everything else, and they seem to be lost in perhaps in the supermarket, whereas these ones they can put with all the other chocolates. So maybe that's what it is. And there's lots of chocolates now do come in bigger sizes, really, like sharing sizes and things, even though probably just beat around one person. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's the point of all this, really, just to sort of get into that sort of that little shelf space that otherwise they would miss out on, because they'd be tucked away somewhere else, or in a novelty section or whatever. So I can get it, I get that. So that's probably what it's all about, really. So yeah, so it's nice enough. I mean, it's really nice. It tastes really good. It looks nice. The segments are a bit funny though, shaped. It's hard to judge the calories because it's per segment, and the segments are all different sizes. It's ridiculous. So it kind of makes no sense that at all. Yeah, so that's a bit of a disappointment. But the taste itself is nice. I'm glad they've not scrimped on the segments. They wouldn't really, because they can make this the size they want pretty much, can't they? But there's no lip on them or anything like that. But it just goes to show that when you do have a terrace chocolate orange and there is that lip there, assuming they still do it, how disappointing that would be when you're expecting it to be like this. Yeah, so there we go. I quite like it. I think it's nice. I think, let's say it's not going to blow your socks off. It's exactly what you'd expect. It is terrace chocolate orange, just in a sort of segmented bar. We've had that bar out before, just a bit smaller. So it's nothing too crazy, and that's probably why it doesn't even say new on it. I mean, it's not, it's just something, another way of having terrace chocolate orange. It's kind of similar to what was out there before, kind of different, kind of the same. So it's kind of not a very exciting bar. It'd be nice, as I say, the terrace chocolate orange sensations are quite nice, all the different senses and things. But I can see why they don't put that in here, make it exciting, because obviously that would mean you wouldn't buy the sensations. So I still prefer the sensations, but I think the default terrace chocolate orange is really nice. These segments, really good. It's nice. They're nicer than some of the ones in the sensations. Some of them are, as I said, some of them are too sweet. I think the popping candy one is just a bit too sweet. For whatever reason, because of the popping candy maybe. So this one is a good balance. It's nice. I say it's the middle ground. It's not going to blow your socks off, but it is a different way of having something that is nice, and and probably something a bit more accessible than perhaps the actual full orange, but still give you a substantial amount. I'm not sure what the weightage difference is, but perhaps put a caption on that for that so you can just see the difference. But yeah, so it's a middle ground, I think, from a full-on chocolate orange and a small bar, which I don't know if they still do those small bars, but it's like a middle ground anyway. And as I say, most chocolates do that. They come in bags, sharing size and things, don't they? Buttons or whatever, and Mars ones do, and all this, that, and the other. So it's just another area, isn't it? And I think this is more suitable for the terries as well, because, as I say, it gets their oranges away from the sort of novelty, can't really fit anywhere else section, into the mainstream part. So I think I can understand why they did it, and I can't blame them at all for that. So 4 out of 5, I think, for me. It tastes really good. Lovely chocolate orange. It's quite, as I say, a fake orange taste. Not really authentic, but it's a nice. It does say it's real orange oil, and it does smell and taste orangey. So it just has, it's just obviously not quite like eating an orange, of course, as you'd expect. It's very rare that it ever really is that authentic, is it? But it does give you that sensation of eating, something very orangey. And I think it's a very what's the word? It's a very synonymous way of eating sort of orange flavoured chocolate, basically, the terrace chocolate orange, in the UK at least anyway. So yeah, 4 out of 5, I think, for me. Really impressed, really like it. It's very nice, but just not going to blow your socks off. It's nothing new, and it's a bit confusing with the let's say the nutritional information on per segment, but yeah, there we go. But definitely recommend it. I do like it. It's nice. Okay, guys, let me know what you think. Sorry again about all the production issues there. Hopefully I've managed to sort them out in the editing. I probably haven't. You might not even know what I'm talking about, but hopefully anyway. But yeah, let me know what you think of this bar, and leave a comment or free. How you prefer to eat your terrace chocolate oranges, whether in the orange form or the sensations, or in the bar form like this. And what you'd like to see as well, flavour-wise. I imagine a lot of you would like to see white chocolate ones, so let me know. And subscribe if you can. Follow me on Patreon, Twitter, and Instagram, things like this. And I'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye for now. See ya.